Hi guys, we've seen it all before, arguments about what the best sim on the market is, in places like Twitter, Discord, Reddit and Facebook. People always come down on different sides of the fences, and personally I tend not to try and get involved in the resulting disagreements. This video certainly won't be suggesting one sim is better than another, however it did make me ask the question, why limit yourself to a single sim? Driving in a single simulator, especially if you are vying for the top of the field in a single make series, will undoubtedly yield you some better results as you are specializing, putting all of your efforts down a single path. That helps you gain experience faster and of course means all practice aids your efforts to get better in that series. I can certainly understand taking this route. You're likely to see the podium a little more, and if you're purely motivated by your finishing results, then this might be the route for you. Also, if you're like me and lack a little on the free time front, then putting all your routes down in one sim will certainly help you to maintain your pace. Another way to look at things though is to think about your skills being transferable and trying out different things. As a real race driver, you will have to go from series to series in order to progress. From an immersion perspective, you might want to give this a go. Not all feeder series will feature in a single sim unless you spend money in iRacing or go mod heavy in the likes of Assetto Corsa or R-Factor 2. So spreading your career across multiple sims makes sense from that perspective. If you aren't so bothered about a career-minded stance, let me talk instead about historic vehicles. Sure, again, if you look at the community efforts, and it is fantastic that these are available, but some racers will not want the hassle, instead preferring only first-party content. AMS2's Formula Retro cars give you the ability to race in 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s all in one sim. That sim also has a great array of classic tracks. What AMS2 lacks, others can provide, like the fantastic GT3 driving experience that can be had in Assetto Corsa Competizione. And let's not forget about the excellent immersive experience that is BTCC on low fuel motorsport using R-Factor 2, especially as there's been that final drop recently in 2023. Driving in multiple sims then offers you more variety than can be had in a single sim, even from the likes of iRacing. Now, you might be faster tackling a single sim over a single series, but are you really a better driver? Those transferable skills and the ability to hop into any car over any sim and be quick because of the use of good driving practices will certainly help you to be a faster learner and possibly a more well-rounded driver. I use myself as an example here. Having spent a lot of time in Assetto Corsa Competizione, I became actually quite fast with it. But I could only drive one or two cars, and when the time came for a new tyre model, I found myself becoming instantly uncompetitive. Instead of driving around my bad habits, they became part of what made me fast. This was deeply frustrating and highlighted my shortcomings quite evidently. I realised that I had next to no adaptability when it came to driving style. I've since spent more of my time in a number of sims and probably as a result haven't reached my previous peak performance in ACC. However, I regularly find myself now battling for a good position in R-Factor 2, iRacing and Assetto Corsa Competizione in a number of different types of vehicles without my old weaknesses, and actually better adaptability for weather, car damage or other unforeseen circumstances. A great example of this adaptability came about recently when I was invited to drive in a competitive Spa race in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'd not raced in this game competitively for well over a year and only dabbled here and there with some offline racing to produce content for this channel. I managed to get familiar with a new car, physics engine and tyres in only a couple of practice runs and went from invite to racing in less than a week. No, I wasn't as fast as I'd been in previous races, but we were still fast enough to knock on the door of a podium, and this is without the level of practice we once had during the height of the pandemic. Whilst I primarily do a lot of circuit racing, I'm not blind to other experiences. iRacing offers you dirt, oval, rallycross and road experiences. If you want to go full on rally, you can pick up Richard Burns Rally or Dirt Rally 2. Want to race weaving in and out of traffic? Then you have the Shotoku Revival project. All of these give you a huge amount of variety, and that is, after all, the spice of life. Blasting down Tokyo and then throwing a Group B rally car around, all from the comfort of the same seat, is simply epic. You can then go back to your daily sim experience, but it'll help you combat things like burnout whilst still getting value from your expensive gear. In this episode, I've hopefully helped convey why I think trying different sim experiences is worth your time. Now, I'm not trying to preach to you that you have to go and do this. I've just raised the pros and cons of trying. Time is difficult to come by, so taking some of it out to try something new is of course a risk that you'll be disappointed. And moving away from you dedicating yourself to a single sim and or car combination has the added complication that it could make you initially slower in your more serious ventures. If you burn yourself out though, you will make yourself stop want to race altogether. So for me, chilling as I casually drive in Euro Truck Simulator gives me that break I need. Allows me to have fun with friends and makes use of the excellent equipment I have hidden in this cupboard. Now, I hope you've enjoyed running through this video where I try to give you the pros and cons of racing in different sims and give you an idea that there's plenty of room for different sims in your life. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It'll help others like you to find this video. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, don't forget to mash that subscribe button. It'll help support me and the channel to grow further. And that's it for me now today. I hope to see you on track sometime soon. Bye bye for now.